after an advanced consultation with several people, including the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, including even the President himself, they asked us to attend this particular meeting, and they assured us that we are going to be comfortable, that they were going to give us support, that we are going to be heard, that our proposals are also going to be taken. Unfortunately, we arrived in that meeting. First, we were not even recognized as members of this county. Secondly, we were even asked not to sit. And even after we sat, we found ourselves places to sit. People tuned the language from the national language, which is English and Kiswahili, and started speaking Kimasai language. We made desperate moves, asking the governors who were actually moderating the meetings to help us tell these people to make a presentation in a language that we can all understand. But that was in futility. One of the issues people were complaining about is that most of us who are from other communities who are not Masais should not contest for any position, from MCA, from MP. That even areas like Murwadigir, the contestant should be a Masai, imported from elsewhere. That is colonial thinking. One of the issues also they raised is that no one should hold any piece of land less than 5 acres. Some of us live in 1 point, and we are happy. How can you force everybody to live above 5 acres? Eventually, what has actually made us to walk out of the meeting is what happened. While one of the speakers, not even one, many speakers who was speaking in that meeting, started abusing us, started calling us all sorts of names. He started abusing members of parliament from Murwadigir and from Kajiado North. He started abusing members of county assemblies from all the areas in this county and even Kajiado, and calling us names. And eventually, one of the speakers started skirmishes and told us to leave that meeting with immediate effect. Feeling that our lives were in danger, and given that we were actually a minority in that particular meeting, we had to move out. We had to ask our people, and even them themselves are the ones who asked us to move out of that meeting. What we want to tell this nation, number one is that we are minority, but we are Kenyans. We are minority in Narok, but we are Kenyans. We are minority in Kajiado, but we are Kenyans. And we have a right as per the Constitution to be wherever we are. Was it a Building Bridges initiative meeting? Was it, are we the enemies? Because the major question that came out of that meeting was like, we are the enemies of the people who are living in this county. And we wonder why. We are people elected by the people. We come from constituencies. We come from wards. We come from this county. With me here is the deputy governor of Narok, who one of the speakers even purported that, supposed to die, and God forbid, dies today. Do you think that lady over there is fit to rule this county? You know, such sentiments have really made us, it really wasn't even the relationship we had with these people. So we wish to state clearly that what happened in that particular meeting is unfortunate. It is very unfortunate. It is uncouth. It is unacceptable. It is something that we feel it should never happen. It should not even have happened in the first place. And it should never happen anywhere else in this country. You know, this is a country of many tribes. This is a country of many communities. Masais are claiming they are marginalized, and they would wish their issues to be heard, even amongst the big clans in this country, even amongst big tribes in this country. How will those other big tribes feel when in their own counties, where they are supposed also to accommodate even smaller clans? How will those other people feel when they present their issues before them, and yet themselves, they cannot even afford to accommodate other communities who are living in those counties? You know, the law of natural justice says if you want equity, you must give equity. Now we are going back to our homes, and people must know that we come from Narok. We are going back to our homes in Narok. We are not going to move out of this county. And whether our views are taken here in Narok, or even tomorrow, or even elsewhere, we are going to live in this county, and no one is going to threaten our existence in this county. No one. So we want to tell the nation, we want to tell the president that it is very unfortunate that he started a movement called BBI, which was meant to bring people together, but eventually it is actually breaking this country into pieces. It is actually going to threaten the peace and cohesion in this country. And we want to tell the president this idea which he created with the Right Honorable Raila Odinga is the worst idea ever, unless themselves they take charge. Unless wao wenyewe wa take charge. That if this is the direction the country is taking, suppose this BBI rally is taken to Eldoret, suppose it is taken to Nakuru, suppose it is taken to Trans Nzoia, areas where we also have marginalized and minority groups, what will happen? Suppose they are told this meeting belongs to the Kalenjin, if it is Wazingishu, what will happen to the Kikuyus? What will happen to Luos? What will happen to Luyas who are almost 30% in Wazingishu? And we will wish to tell the president that what happened to us today will also happen to somebody else elsewhere, and therefore if he must take charge, he needs to take charge and tell the planners and the proponents of these particular rallies and meetings to please stick to the constitution, stick to the law. We are not going to attend tomorrow's rally. We are not going to attend tomorrow's rally, and we are going to ask all our supporters in the whole county that let it be what they have done today. Let them attend. We are not going to attend. We have our reservations. You know, sometimes we don't want to risk our lives. We don't want to behave like we are actually forcing ourselves on people. We don't want to behave like we are begging to be in Narok. We are not begging to be in Narok. We are in this county forever, as long as we live. So please, tomorrow's meeting we are not attending. Let the Maasais, if they think it is a Maasai affair, let them do that rally. But let them know that at the end of the day, the resolutions that is going to be reached, at the end of the day, the resolutions that is going to be reached, after this, our issues must be in that document, whether here, whether through other avenues.
Fortunately, that after being invited to attend the delegate meeting for the PPI report, I became the subject of the day. Of the majority of the speakers spoke about me, saying that I was not supposed to be a leader of Ololunga Ward, yet I am a kalenjin. I want to state categorically that I was duly elected to represent the great people of Ololunga Ward, and I was sworn in constitutionally. So telling me that I am not supposed to attend any meeting is a bad behavior and it's barbaric behavior. We should not condone that. Thank you.